Hey guys, welcome, or should I say, welcome back to another Honest Conversations where I share my opinions on anything happening in Grenada, social media, or what's just on my mind. And I feel like it has been a minute since I've done an Honest Conversations. And the reason being is because, like, in my head, I see my Honest Conversations go in another direction, especially after the carnival season where I did the interviews and I absolutely love interacting with people. And I would love to do that a little bit more on the Honest Conversations. And so that's where my head is at recently. And so I was like, I don't really want to discuss certain things, but so much has been happening and I need to talk about it, as well as another reason why um, I haven't been doing much of it is in the beginning, I boxed myself into certain things that I'm not going to discuss. And there were three things. There were I'm not going to discuss religion, I'm not going to be discussing local politics, and I am not going to be really touching on relationship based stuff, only because I feel like these are some of the most controversial things you can discuss. And I didn't want to be like going back and forth with anybody about, religious choices or whatever, or my opinions on it. I didn't want to go back and forth on politics because, to be honest, I don't really care for the politics like that. And then relationships, I feel relationships are way more dynamic than we think that it is. In society, or we are indoctrinated to believe that it is. And so I just don't want to discuss that as well. But I was like telling my partner, like, why am I boxing myself in discussing, just certain things. And let me just try to open up my scope a little bit more and not limit myself in that box. And so that is the reason why I really didn't want to do honest conversations like that. But I was, you know what, girl, get off your high horse and start doing a two videos. So, of course, let me start the video right now with the topic that I'm going to be discussing here today. And I'm a little bit late. I'm going to be honest. I'm late on this, but I wanted to give my opinion on it. And if you look at pop culture, there has been the whole social media thing with the Cardi B and the Offset. I don't want to talk about Cardi and Nicki. I want to talk about the Cardi B and the Offset situation and how, in my opinion, I think that Cardi's move was one of the most foolish moves you can make as a woman in the entire dynamic of the situation that happened. So they were married. Of course, throughout the marriage, he would have cheated on her, which, from since the beginning of the marriage, he has been cheating. And, she stayed, she made two other children for him. So I don't think like cheating would have been a deal breaker for her. If we're being honest, cheating would not have been a deal breaker because the first time he would have cheated, if it was a deal breaker, she could have hit the streets. It's obviously not a deal breaker for her. And people would be like, oh, relationships are complicated. Yes, they are, but this is not her deal breaker. She left, obviously, but it was not for the cheating. So, you know, she went ahead after, being frustrated and she said she was depressed and the entire thing, she would have um, left, and now she's pregnant by another man and she's still married. And the reason why I am saying it's stupid of her to be in this predicament is because as women, we have to think smart. So I am not saying, okay, if, Offset is cheating, um, she probably want to go and get back at him, which I think, again, is a stupid thing by having sex with other people and all this stuff. I just think overall, Okay, if that's her decision, it's fine. I don't believe in it personally for myself, but if that's her decision, it's okay with me. Um, but the getting pregnant part, and not only that, for a man who hasn't even committed to you to that level, because he has two other women pregnant for him. So that obviously shows that you left your cheating husband to go in a non monogamous relationship. Make that make sense. Let's sit down, especially women. And there were a lot of women on social media defending her and making it seem like if she won, or like that was the lick back that he deserved because he was cheating. It would have been fine with me if you're thinking logically, if she had done it and like this man was committed to her and her alone. She left her cheating husband for a man who does the exact same thing as him and even worse, because he's not even her husband. At least she could say Offset is she husband. That man was like, this man is not even her husband, and she made him. And on top of that, it just shows the type of woman like Cardi is. Yes, she's successful. Yes, whatever. But deep down, it shows the type of woman that she is, because she just had a baby last year, and you let another man within not, and the baby didn't even take a year. You make another man shut up your club and breed you. It just shows the type of, she's not a role model woman. She's not a woman, like in my opinion, that you would look up to. Like she's not winning anywhere. Okay, fine, she has money, but when she lies down in her bed at night, she's not winning. I'm just saying. Based on my opinion, it was not a smart move. And there's no way to defend that, as like if you're thinking logically as a woman, like she did not win. If I had to win, I would have, like stepped back from the relationship, got divorced. Even if I have to date other people, that's fine. I even dating undercover. I'm not even making it public. And I'm getting like, moving up and doing what I have to do for me and my kids. And then probably a year from now, I come out with my boo, and my boo wants to marry me after I'm divorced. And that's a different story, because you move from a wife to a baby mama. She moved from being somebody's wife to being one of three baby mamas. And we want to rejoice as women and be like, oh, she won. No, she did not. And that is just my little opinion on that situation. And a lot of women would not agree with me. They'll be like, oh, men doing it. So I just always say, if we as women stop thinking about what men do and we just focus on what we need to do, we'll be 10 times ahead. They can do whatever they want to do. We are not men as women. We cannot operate on the same level. We never win when we do try to operate as a man. And so, if you understand that, you would move differently. That's just my opinion. So, of course, guys, comment below whether or not you agree or disagree with me respectfully. And remember, it is always peace and love here, and see y'all in the next video.